Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Eternal Strands. Today's episode, we're going to be doing the Interdiction mission and getting Axel on our side.
I am simply telling you, as the foremost leader of the Enclave, that I don't want you getting distracted.
Can you clarify what you mean by that?
You know exactly what I mean. Eyes down, know your place. Focus on your own problems. Organize your little craftspeople. Keep the wheels of civilized society greased. And don't dare to presume you know better than me.
If you have a problem with my performance, you are welcome to gather feedback from the people who elected me. They may have a clearer understanding of what I bring to the table.
We'll continue this conversation later.
Khan Artme. Allow me to formally introduce you to Bryn, the Weaver Band's point.
You're the Axel, right? Arakim says you're a good person to know.
I am. My given name is Haroon, as Arakim said, but you may refer to me as Khan Artme. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, despite the circumstances. And I wish they were better circumstances. The new Surgeborn threat requires us to realign our priorities. Some are a little slower on that than others.
If there's anything we can do to move things along, I'm at your disposal.
What about the supply shortage? I've seen her in combat. She's better than any of us.
What's her help look like? I'd prefer if she could avoid unleashing another apocalypse on us.
It's been hard bearing the weight. Offer help. Supplies, nothing could be easier. Reassure that I'm up to the job. We have an amazing quartermaster. Offer an introduction.
We didn't bring a lot with us, but if there's anything we can provide to you, our quartermaster, Casmin, will be happy to help. A decade working the maiden shipping lanes turned her hard as Khan steel.
She sounds lovely. But unfortunately, we're supplying 10,000 people, not 7 weavers and their pack beast. And I doubt you'd have enough on your caravan to make much of a difference. Fortunately, there's a silver lining to your Surgeborn mess that could solve the problem.
Count me in.
Right. With the Surgeborn unleashed, we're anticipating casualties and damage to our facilities. However, there's a restricted area in the underworks that we lost access to decades ago when the Eye sealed it. The Institute. An arcane laboratory where the Enclave conducted its enchantment research, among other projects. Inside the Institute lies a significant supply cache. Its contents will be enough to keep us going, for the time being. If the notes the previous Axel left me are accurate, though, there's an additional complication.
Of course.
The Surgeborn secure territory by building structures akin to insect hives. The Institute is likely overrun with them, and has been for 20-odd years.
So, the Surgeborn are a long-standing threat to the Enclave.
I wish I were old enough to remember what it was like to live without the fear of the Surgeborn. As a child, I sat awake every night worrying about them. They were terrifying. Knowing what I know now, I should have been even more scared.
I'm sorry you went through that. It must have been horrible.
Thank you.
All the more reason to actually do something about the problem, instead of spending our lives cowering behind the walls of our glorious fortress.
You'll hear no disagreement from me, now that the game board has been upended.
Sounds like I need to clear any Surgeborn hives from the Institute, then.
That'll thin them out enough that my scouts will be able to access the supply cache without much trouble.
Now that Asylum is lifted, we should be able to access the Loomgates in the Institute again. I'm going to trust you with this key swatch. It's been gathering dust for over 25 years.
Only the Eye would let such a crucial resource sit there for that long.
Yes. If we're clear on everything, I'll get back to work. My list of obligations grows by the minute. Someone has to keep this goddamn fortress running.
Alright, so we got a new skis watch. Destroy the Surgeborn hives near Expansion Cavern 36 in the Institution. The heart of innovation, known as the Institution, is now accessible via the Loomgate. And perhaps we'll get another boss showing up here. I only have 2 more bosses I need to defeat to get all the magic in the game. Well, to unlock all the magic in the game. Because I unlocked the Arc of the Fire or Smith, and got his ability in How to Beat a Bot in a How to Harvest episode earlier. That looks like another boss. Ooh, it's ice-based.
Welcome to the Institute. Every one of those constructs you've been beating on was conceived in these halls.
Imagine standing among those weavers in the Enclave's prime, fearlessly pushing the boundaries of enchanting.
Well, they broke everything too. Literally everything. So, they weren't that fantastic.
This passage must be the Enchanter's Way.
These guys are pretty beefy.
The Ramenos Hanan. Named, of course, for Arden's right-hand woman, Diane Ramenos.
Okay. Ooh, we got like 2 chests over there and a collectible. hate how enemy disparity is split between ice. I feel like I fight more ice enemies than any other enemies in the game. There's gravity, fire, and ice, but I seem to mostly run into ice creatures. They're always ones that give me a hard time. So yeah, we got abandoned grot. And we still haven't seen what one of these hives look like, so we're gonna have to keep searching for one of those babies. They didn't really give me an exact location of where they might be. Unless it did in the reading, but they just didn't tell me. Yeah, so, yeah, it's not telling me where the hives are. We'll just have to hunt around and find them. That's the ability you get from the Arc boss. The Arc of the Forge. Okay, so this way's a dead end, so we're going to go up further. A Loomgate for us.
I'm pulling you. Brace.
Oh, I didn't even realize my health was out. Whoopsies. All right, round two. Let's try this again. Looks like we got a couple collectibles in here. Staffing logs, sculptors bound, yet several pages are torn out. And then Nameless host Wristguards. Nice new armor. This is where I was, so the Loomgate should be over this way. After I get the collectible thing right here. Ooh, chest piece armor. Heck yeah. Damn, they hit so hard. Also, doesn't help. I really am. Ice is just so overpowered when she's against the player. I mean, I don't have great ice resistance because I'm mainly a fire resistant build, but still. I would say this spell is very good at getting rid of these stupid icicles. Ice is just so annoying. I see you down there, big boy. You'll be my objective later. Right now we gotta find these 3 nests. So we did get some new armor. Boots. Those did not count as the nest. I did they would, but you know, I just wanted to confirm. What do these nests look like? Okay, I'm going back the way I came. Incident log. High casualties. A pod of sliders broke free ding before the surge. A crossbow. What am I looking for? What is considered a hive? There's like a purple crystal over there. I wonder if that's the hive.
The dissolution chamber. The machinery in here looks complex, perhaps some part of the tapestry.
See if we can warm this place up a bit. Failed experiment. I'd guess too much magic for what was intended. It doesn't let you break the weaves. Okay, the ice is starting to fade now, so I think I got rid of all the ice chunks. Now let's go see if this thing over here on the left is a hive. If it is the hive, it was like one of them's at the dissolution chamber. Oh, near cavern. I guess I should have just seen near cavern expanse 36 was actually a map.
First hive's up ahead.
Do we have any useful notes on the hives from the previous accident?
Don't bother trying to deal with them too scared.
I'm beginning to get an inkling of why they replaced him.
I don't plan on fighting him right now.
I get the feeling the Eye would love to send you out among the Surgeborn with Bryn.
What do you think, Eric?
I'd go in a heartbeat, but I've got dozens of scouts to coordinate with. I wouldn't wish that job on anyone else.
Alright, so it looks like all three of them are literally next to the place called Expanse Cavern 36, so Death Solution Chamber right here, and then looks like towards the left. One of fail-safe protocols for all kind dismissive. But yeah, we'll come back to fight that guy. He's actually running off. Curious what kind of ice ability he has. Because we're... Yeah, that'd probably be our third ice ability, and then we're missing one more gravity ability. I'm assuming it's going to be a gravity ability. Hi, invisible guy. Don't really want to fight them if I don't have to, since I, don't have any health right now. Please be a health vial. Yes, we got ourselves a health vial. Yeah, I just gotta remember to deal with, parry these guys. Big sword's good for taking down bosses, but little guys kind of need the sword and shield for the parry. Which they didn't, but they tend to as you just get messed up.
Marked only as Expansion Cavern 36 on the map. Wonder what they were building.
I spoke to Khan Artemay about it, but unfortunately, anyone overseeing the plans for this was killed in the surge.
Alright, we got one more to look for. So the second one was right here. Yeah, here we go. Here's the last one. Let's get a little guy in here to help us out. Everybody's blown up. I hate that I can damage my own summons.
I've got you.
Ah. I think I'd die again there. Damn it. I do hate when you respawn, you don't start with your health, even though all the enemies actually, you know, respawn, sadly. Oh, I've
End of the... I'm pulling you. Brace for it.
bashed that up. Let's try this again. I think I can make that jump, actually. I could build probably an ice bridge, but we'll see what goes on when we head this way. You guys can deal with them while I go move on to do other stuff.
Give the scouts some breathing room.
Absolutely. Khan Arteme will be thrilled. I'll meet you at Cassidon's Hold so we can deliver the good news.
Maybe do that, but you know, I'm gonna die. Clear now? People dead? Connect sword and shield. That looks like a funky picture. Let's pick these up and then head right on back. Surgeborn relish to the excess of magic unlike us. Yeah, I died twice there. That sucked.
If you're interrupting my petition reading time, I hope you're bringing me some good news.
Nothing but. The way's clear for the scouts to start retrieving those supplies.
Anything to add, Arakim?
I'm shaken to my core by the revelation that one can achieve things without forms signed in triplicate.
Interesting. I won't argue with success. Especially when it keeps our people going. Bryn, since you've proven yourself useful, I've considered the ways in which you can assist us further. We'll need Isla's help for this next step, though.
Oh, we're all on a first-name basis with her, are we?
I should hope so, yes.
I actually just finished helping her with something. Shall we go fetch her?
Oh, yes, let's do that.
I need to go make a report to my scouts, but I owe you a drink for sure.
I'll hold you to that.
Please tell me you've got a distraction for me.
Are you all right, Isla?
I'm just, a little tired, is all. Between powering an arc by myself and confronting my father on the same day. Even as a previous High Enchantress, it took a lot out of me. I'm still working my way through it. And I need to figure out an independent power source for the Ark. It's too much to think about.
I'm sorry. Should we do this another time?
No. Please. I need distractions. Or I might be tempted to set the hold ablaze.
Fair enough. What have you got for us, Karnatame?
An issue we faced in the early days of their appearance, and are now facing once again, is the ability of the Surgeborn to navigate the Enclave. Put simply, they are using our Loomgate network to traverse great distances in an instant. We can't let that stand. I'm only familiar with the Loomgate's design through my parents' work on them. But Bryn recently helped us access a supply cache in the Institute, and we found something that could help. A set of schematics for a device to block the Surgeborn from using the Loomgates while keeping them accessible to us.
A way to filter out the Surgeborn without endangering Weavers. It could significantly impact their ability to fight us. How can I help?
Well, they're incomplete, and I was hoping you could tell us what's missing. Here, take a look.
Let's see... A resonance modulator.
Bryn, while she looks over the schematics, do you have any questions?
The design was never finished, ask why.
Why didn't they finish the schematic?
My understanding is that at that time, our bureaucracy was growing to the point of being rather unwieldy. I still grapple with the remnants of that bureaucracy every day, so I can imagine that whoever was working on these schematics... Let's just say that they were probably told to submit it to a committee before proceeding with the design.
Even though it was urgent and would have saved hundreds of lives?
For some people, propriety dictates priority. That's my guess, anyway. And, for the record, much of my life's work has been in service of streamlining that kind of bureaucracy. We cannot risk following the same path that led us to ruin.
I'm going to be the one doing the dirty work. Ask where the device goes.
Where's this device going once we finish building it?
The resonance modulator should connect directly to the harness. You've already been there.
Returning to the scene of the crime. Why there?
The harness acts as a central nexus that controls not just Asylum, but our Loomgates and all of the Enclave's transit points. Hence, why you were able to use it to open up the underworks in the first place.
At least I can't unleash the Surgeborn a second time.
Small mercies.
If it was never finished, how do we know it'll work? Prod further.
How do we know that this modulator will work?
Whoever designed this clearly knew what they were doing. It's beautiful, elegant work.
I'll say. It feels familiar, almost. I can't quite put my finger on it.
We could check through the rest of the paperwork, see if we can find out who the author is, if you'd like.
Yes. I'd love to.
Ready to get started. Move
I've
on.
had enough. The sooner we get this modulator built, the sooner we can secure the Loomgates. I'm assuming you'll be the one to build this. What do I need to bring you?
To be frank, considering all your Weaver Band's achieved since you arrived, it's clear to me that you brought with you an expertise that we did not retain through the dark days of the Surge. With that in mind, I would love to leave this in your smith's capable hands. She must have had a world-class mentor.
She's primarily self-taught, actually. But I'll pass on the compliment. She'll be thrilled to hear it.
That's astonishing. Let's go through what's needed then. For the body of the device, you'll just need some calm steel. But the rest... Do you have any preliminary thoughts, Isla?
Yes. Like you said, it's amazingly simple. What's missing from the schematics is the part that allows us to calibrate it. But it's clear in my mind what the finished design should look like. Give me a moment. There. It's like the design itself wanted me, or someone, to finish it. To calibrate it, we'll need some representative samples of Surgeborn. Let's say husk and husk-hound fur. Get plenty of both.
And then I take the finished resonance modulator to the harness.
Exactly.
It should be pretty obvious where to place it, too. You'll know, if you do it right.
Gotcha. Time to hunt a few Surgeborn.
Resonance modulator. How much of this do I actually have unlocked? I wonder. Intertwine, defeat Surgeborn for needed samples and craft the resonance module. This podcast Institute contains schematics of a device to stop Surgeborn from accessing the Loomgate network while still allowing the Enclave residents to use them. The design was never finished, but after a few moments of it is in Isola's hands, it's done. Now we've got a chance to deal with proper blow of Surgeborn ability and move around the Enclave. The Exo admitted that Solo might actually be the best smith in the force to design. The Enclave has lost quite a bit of their expertise after this time inside the Veil, and clearly, Sola has proven to be an industrious smith with everything she's built since we arrived. Two of them handed me the designs, a list of Surgeborn samples to collect, then fell into a deep conversation together. Can't quite put a finger on it, but Karna Adamante seems softer when Isla's around. For the resonance modulator, I'll need several Surgeborn samples. Husk-found fur can be scavenged from Surgeborn fangs. With a little frost magic, husk and card skill can be scavenged from talons. Interesting. It doesn't actually tell me what the ingredients
Can't stand
are.
it. Is now a good time to discuss the supply shortage?
Huh.
Not when the flames are licking at our feet.
I guess we'll go down here to... Or hold on. Let's actually head back to our way station and see actually what the crafting materials are. Craft. Resonance modulator. So we need card steel. So we got husk fragments and we got husk-hound fur. Do we have anything that actually tells us if they about resources? No. So, I'll probably create a cut here while I go look for Karlstein. And then, we'll be back to finish up this mission. I don't think I can upgrade anything yet. No, I can't. Okay. So, I'll go find that. And then when I find it, I'll probably resume the video to show you what it looks like and how to get it. And then we'll be back to work on this quest. Okay, so I went around for about 20 minutes trying to find out how to find Karlstein, and I kind of an idiot about it. So this is what Karlstein looks like. It's a blue resource. So first off, I need to go to my inventory and just drop something on the ground here. Let's drop that off. Pick up our Karlstein. And then I will quickly show you how I found out where to get it from. So there's two places, and it's from a very specific enemy that you have to defeat to get it. Now, if I, read a bit more, I would have seen it. But I'm not sure if I actually got enough resources to craft it yet, so let's actually check that out real quick. Craft. Okay, so I did get enough resources to get it. So we got Karlstein, a husk fragment, and a huskhound fur. It's all blue material. And because I didn't even realize this, which I probably should have realized it a long time ago. So the only two places I found it is at Archon's Hearth and the Institute. And how I figured that out is there are these three tabs up here, and if you find enough of the lore pages, it'll actually unlock them. So you have Karlstein right here on Archon's Hearth, Karlstein on the Institute. Now, as far as I saw, there was no other Karlstein anywhere else because I think you can only get it from those guys. So basically just go to the Archon's Hearth, and then you're going to want to look for the Surgeborn Talons, which are the soldier guys. Not the ones that turn invisible, but like the warriors ones with the shields and swords. And that's who you're going to want to go after. And I found my best success was using ice against them. So we'll actually not a big mixture of enemies with the Institute one. But I'll travel here real quick. I'll start at the Incandescent Arch because that's where most of them were going to be at for like the highest odd chance of you getting the materials you need. So the journal is basically going to be your best friend for this quest. Well, this part of the quest. Which it says down here, for Resonance Modulator, I'll need several Surgeborn samples. Huskhound fur can be scavenged from Surgeborn fangs with a little frost magic. Husk and Karlstein can be salvaged from talons. So you basically just have to fight the talons. So these red guys are not the ones I'm looking for. I'm looking for the purple ones. And not those purple ones either, the other purple ones. So let's actually travel to the other destination because I guess I got confused on which one I was selecting here. I want Archon's Hearth, but I want the Luminous one. Because we want to be down by the area with the forge. That's where most of them are located. Or on the bridge where you first go. So basically to get what you need from these guys is you basically just need to freeze them when you get them to their little ethereal state. And I'll get you the furs that you need for the quest. Alright, he's frozen. We got Huskhound fur right there. And you only need 3 of those. I think I just literally pushed him. Oh, here he comes back up. And I don't find the mine to actually do the right job. I think they literally have to be frozen. And it's still going to be a hit or a miss whether they drop them or not. So that's how you get the furs. You just freeze those guys. And then these guys right here. These are the Talon guys. They'll basically have sword and shield. There's be two of them right here. Right, so let's freeze them up here. Alright, and no, that was a husk fragment. That's not what I'm looking for. So there's our Carl Steel. So those are the guys that you want to look for the Carl Steel ones. So you're basically just going for those two enemies right there to get what you want. So we'll head back to our sanctuary now and start crafting this thing to continue on with this quest. But yeah, it took me a little while. If I just read the journal, it would have been a lot easier. This game has a lot of, if you want to know how to do stuff, you have to read it. Let's go make what we need to make here. Craft. Craft. Yep. Alright, use the resonance modulator at the harness near Luminous and the Archon's Hearth. So that's that one that I just left, where we first released the Surgeborn, so we'll head right there, and we'll probably get a nice little cutscene going on, I would guess. I'd appreciate it if anyone that's watching this wants to know about all the other resources. I can work on guides for those. Just leave a comment if some people want to know about that. Are we going to get a cutscene here?
That did something. I should go check with the Axel that it worked.
Oh, I think I just cut off that dialogue by accident. Oopsie daisies. The thing that still annoys me is I can't travel to the Axel place. I have to go to Southern Hill, and then I can travel there. It's a bit weird, and I don't get it. And we're back here. Now we can travel to Cassidon's Hold. I don't know why they designed it like that, but... Eh?
So the curves of the metal suggest...
I definitely think an enchanter had a hand in this, as well as someone with intimate knowledge of the Loomgates.
Those two people could possibly be one person even. Though I can't fathom who it would be.
Keeping yourselves busy, I see?
It's a conundrum for the ages, that's for sure.
Ah, Bryn. You're back.
Why does she have embarrassment marks on her, underneath her eye right there?
You've done amazing work with the resonance modulator. I'm certain this will be a turning point for us.
Thanks. But how do you know it worked?
The Loomgate started glowing a strange color before you arrived. I took it as a hint that you'd succeeded.
Spoiled the surprise.
I'm sure the Surgeborn will be plenty surprised when they next try to use the Loomgates.
Suffice to say, we're thrilled, Bryn. In a short time, you've done a lot to help us. We were, obviously, a little hesitant to trust newcomers.
Our first impression wasn't the best.
But now, we're in a much better situation when it comes to survival.
There's no telling what could happen next. Temper expectations. It's all thanks to me. Playful implied did all the work. It was a group effort. Emphasize that. We've been friendly so far, so we'll be with the group.
Happy to have helped. Without you two trusting me, I couldn't have achieved half as much. So, thank you for letting me in. I'm glad to have gotten to know both of you.
It's been my pleasure, Bryn.
Likewise.
So, let's recap for a moment. 1. We've stopped Surgeborn from navigating the Loomgate network by using the resonance modulator. 2. We've made huge leaps forward in regaining control over the Arks. 3. We've armed and supplied the scouts.
It certainly doesn't cast our last decade of work in a forgiving light, does it?
Listen, you've been surviving this crisis for a long time the only way you knew how. But now you have a path to move forward. Your people can choose to follow it, or dwell on past mistakes. Are we ready to face this threat head-on together?
Yes. You're right. Of course you are. We're at the point, resource-wise, where we can start making moves.
I don't really want to speak to my father right now. But I agree that it's time we put pressure on him to do something. Anything. Regardless of what he does, you've earned our support, Bryn. But first, I'd actually like to steal Hirun for a while, if you don't mind. I have some notes to go over with her.
By all means. Have fun.
I suppose I'll just get right to it. Why do you treat me differently?
What do you mean?
Everyone else gets the stern you, the you who's in charge, the Axel. But I get the friendly face, the compliance, this you who I don't understand. Is it because of my dad? Because everyone answers to him? Are you trying to get close to him through me? I can't handle it, Hirun. I need to know that I'm not just being manipulated by everyone around me.
It's not because of that.
Then... what is it?
I spend time around you because I want to. To see you, to speak with you, to work alongside you. To see the look in your eyes when you solve a problem. Skies, I shouldn't... None of this is... If we could find somewhere else, beyond the gaze of the hold...
Hirun. Stop. Take my hand. And we'll go. I have a place in mind. I didn't see it before, but... I think... I would like to tell you of the ways in which you are important to me, too.
Okay, so we completed Intertwined, and apparently there's romance in the air. Oh hey, we got station upgrades. Let's go! Next up, the only main quest we got is the Quest of Loyalty. I don't know how long that one will be. But let's go check out some of our upgrades here real quick before we finish up with this episode. Yeah, the resources were about the probably hardest thing to find. I would suggest just when you look at the resources, just read your journal. Then you can go through these if you have enough unlocked. The Surgeborn towns will appear on the Archon Hearth and Institute for the talents. But you need to go to the Archon's Hearth for the Surgeborn Fangs because they're the only ones that actually have them. Sadly. But yeah. So that'll be it for this. We'll hit our upgrades real quick. So Brent will have 30 slots available in her pack, and Scry will be able to pull up 10 resources safely. So that's 2 more than 8. That's a pretty big bone. There's a little upgrade animation here. I haven't paid attention enough to know if these are actually getting like visual updates or not. I think we're actually reaching max level with everybody. So I'm guessing we're near the end of the campaign. I do have 2 bosses left. Well, actually, technically, I have 1 boss left that I haven't seen the upgrade for. Oh, my Tet changed? I think that, yeah, that's everyone max level. I have no idea what to do with the salvage resources now.
Constano seems like a real arse.
He wasn't the most welcoming, but he is the Enclave's leader. And given his people...
I enjoy I get a target range, but I don't get to use it.
I'm not saying he doesn't have a tough job.
So yeah, we got a bunch of stuff here on sleep now. So that's everything upgraded. But yeah, we got 2 more bosses left. 1 we've seen, 1 we haven't seen. I'm guessing it's going to be a gravity boss or probably the final boss of the game. But that'll be it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope I was able to help you to find where those resources are. I know it took me a little bit. But yeah. Like always, please leave a like, subscribe, and until next time, later everybody.